We're here in downtown Rogers at City Pump. This place used to be a 1950s gas station and has been transformed into this cool, unique community hangout. Let's go check it out. I'm here with Ashley Keesling, the owner of City Pump, and this is my very first time here. It is such a cool spot. Can you tell me about its history and the inspiration behind it?
The way this started is my husband and I wanted to do a food truck of our own. We had a hard time figuring out where we could put it. Then it became a thing of trying to find a place that had a building so people could sit inside and food trucks could be outside, and then vice versa, so the weather would not affect their business and they could still operate year-round. And then that kind of grew to, well, what if we had a yard? And then what if we had beer and wine inside? And what if we put a stage up? So really just kind of like little building blocks, bit by bit, came to this.
One thing you first notice when you walk in here is it's an old gas station, is that right?
So this is a 1950s gas station that had operated up until the 90s. And then after that, it was a tire shop. And we came in and renovated as little as possible. We really tried to keep the bones in. We just left as much as we could to keep the integrity of the building and the space and not frou-frou it up too much.
So what was your inspiration for this place?
We really wanted to repurpose an old building. We didn't want to do something new. This place was really run down and horrible looking. It was a horrible eyesore. We knew that this spot was going to become the corridor into downtown Rogers, and we were like, what a great place to utilize and kind of be like, hey, just come on in. I've become more and more immersed in this downtown Rogers culture, and it is such a unique place, unlike anything I've ever seen. We are so much like a family. It is just lovely to be a part of this community.
One thing I really love about it is you have this kind of indoor space. It's sort of the central part of City Pump, and then you have the outdoor areas.
Right.
What type of people do you find usually come here?
It's a lot of families, but it's also really random. I mean, we get kids that come over from the high school every day after. We get families. It's a huge melting pot of people that I didn't expect. But I'm really happy, and I've met a ton of great people. You know, we just try to be laid back and have a good time.
So you have a stage in the back.
Yes.
So you have live music.
We do. We do live music on Fridays and Saturdays from April to October-ish, weather permitting.
And tell me about Christian. So tonight you have Christian playing.
I found him actually just watching different videos on Facebook, and I had never seen him play, but I'd heard great things about him. So I'm really excited to see him play because it just seems like he does a lot of fun stuff with the cello that you don't expect.
What would you describe your style of music as?
It's really hard to describe. I don't really know.
Who are your influences?
I kind of hope people will tell me. I don't know if I have really any influences, to be honest with you. I never really listened to music growing up besides classical music. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I moved to Arkansas that I started like learning about Pink Floyd or the Beatles. There's so much music I never knew. The best way I can describe my sound is a dance of lyrical cello expressions with organic and electronic elements, all instrumental. Solo cello. I started with a band called Rosenbridge a few years ago, and that's really how I got my name out and got connections in this area. And 2 years ago, I really started focusing more on my solo project. We've tried to move away from Arkansas, I think like 4 times by now, and it hasn't happened yet. So something tells me that my work here is not done. I think my favorite thing, the thing that like led me to move here after being here for 2 weeks, just cold turkey, it was spontaneous. It was just, I felt that people were really genuine. I would see people stopped in the streets and people would actually like stop and help, and it was really cool to see that. It feels like a community very much here.